How's it, everybody? This is a business module for people that want to come back into business, for rock bands, music groups, good music groups that have lost business, boat companies, but big ones, easy ones, something easier than something different. So, what we're trying to do is teach them a strategic weapon. This is a control center, basic and easy. You don't have to be too expensive. You've got a frap. This is a frap, is a phone tablet. It's rugged, durable, cheap, and it's easy just to dispose of, even if it's stolen. Or these things are also dangerous, could be hacked by viruses. And also in this business module, we're going to try to spend another hour. So with the frep, you can listen through the microphone. So in case people start saying, who you talking to, you mad. This is a control center, so we want to stick to the business module. So I'll check the battery power. So it's also we want to stick to the hour limit because obviously these people are professionals. But in this business module, we're not trying to blame anybody. We're trying to do something for everyone, even the government, children, anybody, because I guess you've also got to look after prisoners and people in the community. So this business module is also about advertising, how to get a personal community, friends, good friends, people in the community, advertising with other means than trying to do adverts or being unlawful. It's all about following the law. It's a strategic strategy like a military system. So let's pretend the world is a cruise liner. So you can't always stop. You've got to stand up because obviously now you've lost everything. So it's also for people who lost everything. But we want to start off with big businesses, with somebody with experience, because experience is going to be the best teacher. Like this is a control center, right? So these things are phone tablets. They're not normal phones. So there's no point trying to cheat or plug in the battery power because this is a business Wi-Fi. It'll surge trying to download onto YouTube. You can't go more than an hour because some people they don't have the Wi-Fi. They got you got poor people. So you've also got to go a few short ones and some sort of like adventure. But this business module is trying to get people to rely on technology with fraps. And all of these things are not only dangerous, but could be a good advantage. We want to try to do something positive to prove everybody's innocent, even the cops and government. We don't want people coming after us to steal our opportunity. So with the frap is part of my job. It's an opportunity to earn my benefit, or anything to prove people are innocent, or just some proof. It's therapy so they can see why people are watching this, or anything than the normal problem. So we want to stick to the business module. Okay, the business module is for frap. It sounds stupid, but with these things is a basic control center is going to give you a good advantage. So with this advantage, you can do something like, it's all right to copy someone. Maybe you can make like a nice YouTube page and nice YouTube videos, or something good is an Instagram page with poetry and stuff. Poetry is excellent, right? So you've got a book, so you've got to get about 3 books. You don't worry about all the big things or important things. Try to first of all get silence, block out all the radio, television, and all the distractions. So you focus all that energy into poetry and things you want to write, not too long. So you can make pictures on Facebook, TikTok, and also Instagram. And also for yourself, maybe you can make a photo book, because this is a good thing. You got to be like professional with your poetry. Don't be doing graffiti and scribbling. Then you'll be a professional poet. And with this is also writing rap lyrics or other things. Also try to write a script. So you see how I use it. I always try to write down everything so I can remember. So a good thing with your computer is keeping it on, so that way it's not going to sort of lose its life. So with all of these things, you write down everything, but not too much. Don't be greedy. You've also got to give yourself space to fail, and you've got to stick to what you've written down. That's a professional script. You're allowed to do this in lectures. So this is also a lecture, a professional lecture. So we're doing this because we want to try to prove people are innocent. They want to do something with their life, get back in the community. So we want to do something that's professional. So this is a control center. This is cheap, available, maybe not more than maybe 700. but that's not a lot of money. The world is expensive. There's even horrible times for me. Economics is going to greatly affect the world economically. So it's also an economic lesson. But this business module, you want to try to buffer the negative from the positive, just in case somebody deletes everything or somebody gets hurt or put in prison. So I can't be listening to voices. I need to be logical, realistic. Simplicity is the secret to excellence, because simplicity is like Michelangelo. Don't be too complicated. It's like what I'm wearing. You don't have to be too expensive. You just need to be durable, rugged. What's popular, and you got to also like learn English. It's a business module for people that are 40 years old. Feel like your life is over. You feel like you've wasted your life. So there's a lot of opportunity. You can open a home business. A home business, like put some nice couches in your garage, buy some cakes, get some fridges. If you want to cook some nice food at a restaurant, then you've got to put quality. Because quality, anything is going to help. But quality is going to last even a disaster or even an emergency. And you've also got to have some sort of religion. So you need some privacy. Because obviously, if you've got a job, then instead of getting a job, maybe go on social welfare. But instead of getting a job that's going to occupy your whole life, try to make money from yourself so you can work part time. Maybe you can do a blackjack online or gambling online, which I guess people say, who taught you this? Well, I mean, definitely I'm a popular person. So this is a control center. This is the only way you can use Facebook, right? It's more better than pornography. And it's better than trying to blame everybody just in case you are on drugs. So if you want to stop drugs, enjoy the thing, use the drug. For poetry and what the computer is also for music, photo editors, also a place you can search the internet. But right now I just need to see my battery power and just see how long I'm talking to. All right, that's 7 minutes. So this is a control center. A control center is a strategic weapon. It's like a drone pilot. Or maybe you want to be a massive commander. You want to have massive input on the world. It's not about being negative. This you've got to stop thinking people just want to do something negative. It's not about being angry. You can say anything. You can get angry as you want. You're allowed, as long as you don't do it. But this is also a point where you've got to also do something for the police. The police have to stop chasing you. You can't always go to prison. So you can try to use this as evidence and say it's recreation. But this business module is also for gang members, people that want something different. You can't always be a gang member. You've got to care about your people. You've got to love younger people. You've got to love the community. But we're not going to try to be biased or cheat. But I guess a lot of people cheat, so you've been cheated. So I guess this business module is also how you've got to restructure. You've got to regroup. You've got to reorganize, count what you have, clean up your house, or restock. So restock is see what you have first. Get everything back in order, because maybe a flood might happen again, which has happened to a lot of people, which I guess the world is a dodgy place. Yeah, the world is dodgy. It's capable to be man made, because a lot of people are saying that these criminals are in the millions. Don't be blaming Indians, Mexicans, Colombians. There's so many criminals on the internet. You've got to be careful on the internet. On the internet, what you want to try to do is not look at all the negative stuff, pornography and stuff, or all those videos of murders and horrible stuff. Don't try to police people when the internet is full of horrible things, but be careful. Because through the internet, definitely they'll have access to your bank account and much more. But you've got to be careful with spy cameras. But also, don't be too paranoid. Because if you don't need a firewall, you just need to not look at that stuff. Try to keep your computer on. And also, even if somebody's spying on you, if they're spying on you, the only way they can track you down is if it's a government type. Is too dangerous. But I guess don't trust anything. You've also got to be like militarized. So this is a basic, a massive. It's going to be a massive advantage to even old person, young people, because with this you can search everything on the internet. You got Facebook. Facebook is a good place to advertise. It's not a place to do something live. Live is for a lot of things, lectures and stuff. So a lecture is also about these books. You see, you write down something. But this is not about poetry. This is something else. If you're following a business script or whatever, don't be too complicated. Not too many pages. This is just for short memory clips. You need to use this. It's hard to remember everything. So you see, you just write a few pages. So it's not for homework or something, but we're doing a business module. Also for teenagers, you do this with your homework, and these books is better than a computer. But this business module is for people our age. People that want to come back into business. So we've got about an hour, but I'll check the time. Don't trust anything. Don't trust parties. Don't allow your children to go by themselves. It's better to stay at home. Even if you're in a house like mine that's flood damaged, or some person is has gone after you, which I guess you've seen a lot of these things, is now a factor. You can now be attacked at any time. So I guess it's like a military thing. So this will also keep a record in your mind, but you don't write too much information people can find. So be careful what you write down. But yeah, you've got to also, like, just leave it, because if they're going to rob you anyway, you can call the police, because now you're in a position where you call the police. You're allowed. That means you're out of that gang world. So if you want out of that gang world, there's a lot of things you can do. Use it to an advantage. Build like a little community thing where you share this with the community. Positive music. Try to stay positive, even if it's negative. Only in emergency, call the police. Police yourself. But I guess also for police that are watching this, stop listening to voices and thinking people want to attack people. But this is also a control center for old people and for anyone. You got some vapes, which I guess is better than drugs, because if anything's better than wanking the whole day or smoking drugs. Let's be honest. And watching negative stuff is not good. So you can get Disney Channel, Netflix, and Prime is cheap. Okay, if you add it together, it's $50. So we want to be on a cheap budget, because even for a millionaire, it's quite expensive. But don't get too expensive laptops. Try to be rugged, cheap, because maybe someone will break in your house now. You're living in a house like mine. So this is the thing. What you've got to do, re-strategize, regroup, try to apologize, but you can't always apologize. You've got to make yourself angry. That'll be psychological. But this, I guess, you don't try to stop what you started. Don't try to pause. But with this, you can get video editors, photo editors, where you can make nice videos, even if it's rap music. So with rap music, you've got to put TLC, tender love and care. It's not about trying to be too much of a gangster rapper. It's also trying to pace yourself, trying to meet like an hour, and then not too many, not longer than an hour. Try to talk about something nice, and then also try to talk about something that's going to be for yourself. Because I also need this for myself. Because yeah, I'd like to get back into business. Maybe a nice successful music business or concert business. So this is a module where you've got some control center where people, you've got to be friendly with people. People are allowed to come to your house, ask for cigarettes. You're living in the hood anyway. Don't just be blaming Skrilla. There's a lot of ghettos and garrisons. But a lot of people are saying it's dodgy. So you need to put lights in your house. So you also need to do a bit of overtime. Because, okay, look, if you're going to work, there's no point going to sleep. Try to go to sleep about 2 o'clock and wake up about 5:30. It's allowed. You don't have to smoke drugs. Just tell them, I'm not on drugs. I'm doing something. That people got to stop telling you on drugs. You can't always sleep. It's unhealthy. This is going to be the weight of all of this is going to be bearing down. It's like trying to carry a cement bag. And this is good standing up because you're doing a lecture, right? But it's also good to make sure that it's recording. Make sure that nobody's hacking your phone. But I guess this is about regrouping, re-strategizing, looking at what you have, trying to prepare for the next battle. Because obviously, you want a way to search for somewhere to live. So you want independence, right? Because it's always better to get out of enemy territory, away from liquor stores, away from gangs. Then they can't mess with you. But the first way is to search on the internet. We've got search engines. You don't only use Google or Yahoo, and don't always look for pornography. Pornography, maybe just a little, not hardcore images. Look for something positive, making it an adventure. Try to get a battery speaker. And I'm just going to see how much time I have. So you don't want to be too greedy, not too expensive. Save your money, budget. But I guess for old people as well, that's a good opportunity because you're at home. Then you can advertise Facebook and not Facebook. You can do other things like on TikTok, poetry, adventures, searching on things, but you don't tell people your secret weapon. You've got to keep some secrets to yourself. So don't tell people too much. Don't advertise to dangerous people or people who don't like you. Try to keep this in your bedroom. And this must be in a personal place, that your room must be clean. So this is going to reorganize your life. So you clean up your whole house. Clean up your room first, your bed, everything. Pack up your clothes, hide everything. Put your laptop speakers all away in your room. Your shoes, everything, hide. See what you have left. Your jewelry and stuff. Don't wear expensive stuff. Hide it away. But just do something for the quality. Don't be too expensive. Don't buy expensive cars just yet. They'll steal them from you. Obviously now it's the end. So this is a business module for people that want to come back in business our age and younger people. Maybe you're in high school. So if you're in high school, study something like timber building, or something like accounting. Then you don't have to be a laborer. Then you got something to fall back on when you're young. Because when you're young, you don't want to study too much. But you don't want to work either. Don't party your life away. Try to do some stuff on the internet, something like Instagram, something nice like an adventure, like something like that. Stuff on YouTube, story world, story, because obviously you want to be successful. Well, to be successful, education is going to make you the master of the universe. I'm not saying education is not good. Education, stay in high school, stay clever, pass, learn computers especially. An accountant online is going to make a lot of money, but you don't trust anything. Make sure somebody's not after you, because it is a possibility. So I'll just check the time so you can have a quick look at a control center, and then I'll just see how much time I'm recording. Okay, so this is about 16 minutes, right? So we just want an hour, because some people, they don't have a lot of Wi-Fi. You got to be reasonable. There's a lot of poor people, and that's the thing. Right now I'm poor. I don't have $300 to waste on drugs. So obviously now you got somebody who's after you. So what you got to do, use it like leverage. Just use that to be sober. Just make sure you get paid. But if you don't get paid, all these things you can cut and run. But you keep these things in a bag, then run with these things. Then you've got somewhere like to have a new place. Maybe you want to search for a flatmate. Flatmate is better than a single room, because flatmating, you got people that will live with you. Search, scout, you'll have Uber as well. You can get Uber, Tinder, Badu. Look for nice people. Don't just always try and be a gangster. But I guess if you're a gangster, you could also put the bandanas away. Don't try to just go for negative things. Don't allow things like no snitching, no gangs. Be like, nah, Jay, I'll call the cops for you. You can come to my house, behave yourself, make it a friendly environment. Try to get like a nice village with Polynesians, good people, so there's numbers. Stay with a group, because now if you're a straggler, isolated, then definitely jackals will come for you. People will come after you. That's like my situation. You're surrounded. So what you got to try to do something for everybody. Don't try to do something now like you dropping names or something, because obviously now people think you're just a troublemaker. So if they're going to kill you, they'll kill you anytime. Now's the bad time where you'll be attacked at any moment for the rest of your life. So there's no point in trying to stop. But you've got to check that how much are you recording? Just under an hour, because this is a massive download. It's not going to be easy for poor people. It'll be easier for them to watch, which is the whole purpose, is to help people that are vulnerable, prisoners, the old, the weak, people that need help. This will easily teach you English, and this will give you a major advantage. It's also like a community thing, but you don't share with people. You don't want it to get damaged. And you don't want people to be searching. You can put Netflix, Disney Channel, so you can watch movies, and you don't need to set up a projector. That's hard to do. Try to make it like an adventure. And also a distraction, a positive one, where like if you want a break or something, or you want somebody to blame for problems, or make like somebody who's going to be in the middle, because it's like a relationship. Your girlfriend needs a boyfriend. Women need to be looked after. So prostitutes, gang members want something else than violence and crime. So this is how you start off with. Try not to lose these things. Then you don't have to worry about all of these things. You can find a way to hide away, where you can do online banking and something else than selling drugs. With that money, it's not laundering. That's your personal money. That's recreation. So you can wash that money not into a expensive business. A decent restaurant is going to beat even the best thing because of the quality of your food. How you clean your hands, you see, you got to stay clean. You can't stay jerking off. So it's about cleaning up your house, restocking, resupplying, putting effort where you live. So you've got a community center, some couches or something, not too much money. So it mustn't be too alluring. But obviously people are going to come to your house. So you rather join the gang, become the leader. But I guess you're like us, professionals are after you. So I'm just going to look at the time. This is just a control center with a book. So you try to get a few from the warehouse or somewhere. They're good, you can write, but one for poetry only, one for scripts and whatever you're writing down separate, because one for poetry is only for mastermind work. You're going to do TLC nice and neat, not too long, so you can put pictures black and white. Don't make it too crazy, but I guess yeah, for girls they will, but don't make it too spaced out. But I'm just going to see what the time is because it's a business module with experience and a strategic advantage. This will give you all the advantages to search, transfer money, Facebook. You can keep in contact with your friends, store pictures, and a whole lot more than pornography. A lot more than smoking drugs. You can also get computer games, Warhammer, a lot of things, different computer games and PlayStation. But now, what I'm gonna do is just check the battery because you never trust anything behind you. You don't trust anything, and you don't stop recording because if you stop recording, maybe they're gonna pounce on you or something's gonna happen. So you've got to try and get something done and something just in case the worst case scenario happens, you do die or you need it for yourself, which is a business module. So I just want to see how much battery power I have. Pace yourself, take your time. TLC and simplicity. Don't be too expensive, but always check if it's recording and see how much time you have. Don't be longer than an hour. Just underneath a business module. So these are just fraps tablets for searching for positive things. This is not for something negative or drug dealing. It's not allowed. You have to stay positive. So all right. So I checked the time. That's good. For the first time in your life, you're searching because maybe you want to get a camera stand or something and you don't have things. You don't have to be too expensive. You can even live in a middle class life or even in a poor life, but not too poor. You can't stay in a dangerous enemy because in a dangerous place, obviously you'll be attacked like what's happening to me. People will come, they can't know where you live. So if you're hidden away, they'll never find you. It's better just to catch the bus and get out in the first place. Leave your parents, leave everybody. Then they'll get hurt. Then you can laugh at them and say, yeah, you tried to hurt me. Then you know what I mean? It's better just to leave your parents and your family. If they won't move out, then you'll never get out of there. So you'll be like me. So use the opportunity to build a community. You're allowed to scream and whatever. It's a crazy place, but this is a control center, right? So you don't be too fancy. Don't be too outrageous. But obviously, you live in a place where the liquor store's poison. Somebody's a professional, so they're very dangerous. They might have billions of dollars, so that can affect a lot of people. But what you've got to do is like instead of listening to music the whole day, try to study on YouTube, learn things so you can get a job, a nice job than being a laborer. You don't have to get a job straight away. Try to have some sort of a hospital time, some sort of like a therapy other than getting high all day or making crime. Instead of doing crime, you can do something else, blackjack or some sort of like a online casino, or maybe try to get Bitcoin or other things, investing online or studying on YouTube, or look for some courses, computer courses, and anything then ripping off the system. You need evidence that you're not ripping off the system, because one day they might cut the benefit because they'll start thinking you're ripping the system. You're not doing your job. You're just smoking drugs. And then they'll use that as an excuse. But this is a business module for coming back into business, not starting business. Starting business, you're going to have to advertise with business cards. Business cards, Facebook, and you've got to stay professional. Don't allow anybody to make you ruin your reputation. Try to look decent. Clean up your house, have a good bath. Make sure you go to the dentist and search for a nice place. Use different search engines. Somebody's obviously got microphones, so you always got to double check. And this is the thing, like with your house, cover the weak points with solar lights and try to get bright lights if you live in those places. Then obviously don't dream about anything else. Cut out all the volume, all of the noise, the news. Focus everything on what you're saying. Try to be simple. Try to be straightforward. Don't be too complicated. Not too. Don't sound too intelligent. But let me just see how much time I have. So I got to stick to this hour thing. All right. Okay, that's 24 minutes. So what I'm talking about is a business module from experience and just from television. All these rappers, Dawn Raid or stuff, probably a lot of people will listen. Or super yacht companies, rock bands, something easy for once. And other than some therapy of a society that doesn't exist, where obviously you'll have too much danger in your house. You can't have millions of people on your internet. So this is a frap, right? So it's not about apologizing, but of course you can do a nice apology. Then a nice apology online is all you need to do because a lot of people want it that way. You don't want to be in the vicinity of the same person because sometimes you don't want to see the same people. You want to see different things. So you want to try to go to the city, go out. It's better than working or trying to go to nightclubs because you rather just stay at home on the benefit and try to earn another income and try to make friends with work and income. Maybe you can borrow money for a job. Maybe you can clean yourself up. Search for a nice place to live. Search for jobs on the internet. I found a lot of jobs on Seek and a lot of things. And there's a lot of labor hire agencies where you can get a job as a laborer, but you can study at Unitech, timber building, something easy. Traffic control is good, but it's also difficult, it's dangerous. So you don't want a dangerous job. You want something where you've got a life of your own. So you want something where you can learn, study, online gamble, somewhere where you can contact people on TikTok. You don't have to always be gangster and don't always hate yourself. You've got to believe that people want to attack you. You're not safe. But you've also got to make public appearances. Let the public see you online. Also in person, it's about scouting. Scouting where you live. Make sure there's no hidden gangs or something. Make sure there's not a gang of bloods or crips right in your neighborhood. Then obviously that's dangerous. So what you do, hide away. Close the curtains, keep the light on, talk like this. Then they'll probably think you're mad. Then they'll leave you alone. But what I'm saying is with business cards, fraps, we got a lot of opportunity on Instagram, TikTok for doing something positive. It's better than trying to pipe dream or do drugs. I'm not trying to promote drugs. What I'm saying, just a little bit of alcohol, and if somebody's going to be taking your benefit, let him take it because then you're sober. One day you make a mistake and then you won't you can't die twice, and you can't die three times. And if you run away, then you've got every opportunity. Try to keep a spare phone always. And this is a fresh start. Like I mean, on Instagram and stuff, it's a cheap phone, Motorola. It's not too expensive. Don't always be expensive. Quality is even if it's cheap. But this is a business module. If you want to open a nice business, not a big business, even something at your house. Something like this can be used for the community. Children can play computer games. You got to have something buffered so there's no Momo, cyber attack, something you police. You can put your child control on there. So you make sure they're not, and you can monitor as well. You can put like a camera in your room. You can make sure that nobody's watching you. But even if they're watching you, what can they do? They only the government can do that. But with this is a new phone. So an old phone, don't worry about it. Don't talk about the old phone, it's gone. And that's the thing with TikTok, open a new account. They try to be professional as. But then try to put as much on the internet, you open as much as you want, because one day you could die. Someone could really come murder you. But what I'm saying is, with these things gives you a new opportunity. All those people on your phone, you just write down the important ones. All those troublemakers and everything for once is gone. They can't track you down, all these people, if you're a prostitute or a girl. But I'm just going to see the time. This is a business module for even criminals, people in prison. You've got to do everything for the people that are not wanted in society, homeless people and stuff. You try to buy these things and they'll give you entertainment, Netflix, online television. You can look on YouTube, classic movies, documentaries, a lot of stuff you can do. You can learn that way. Going to the library as well. You don't have to just work. Because working, you got to budget your money with your house, pay your rent, and pay where it's due. If you rent in, then split your bills. I guess okay, you can rip off the system, but you've got to have evidence that you're not. So I'm just going to look at the time. So with this is a lot of opportunity to search, but it can do a lot of danger. But we're not going to focus on that. You want to prove that you're positive. So you need to be consistent. You need like a trust campaign. People need to trust you, but it's all right to scare everyone. Then you can scare those gangsters. Hey, I'll make a live video of you. You scare the police. I'm going to go live. I'll do something. It's all psychological. You're allowed. Because obviously they want to hurt you. But let me just see how much time I have. I need to keep the hour place. This is just a business module with a control center which is good for everybody. Even in prison or something, you need to look after these things. Keep them so they can't be stolen. Keep them in a bag as well. Maybe a tent or some jackets. But let me just see how much time I have. It's a bit of tactics, and you've got to regroup, reorganize, clean up your house so you're ready for the next attack, ready for the next flood, the next emergency. I just want to see how much time I have. All right, so we want to just keep it in an hour. Don't go on and on and on about how clever you are. Don't make people jealous. But if you do go on Facebook, sift through. Make sure that there's not dodgy people inside, because on Facebook is how they know everything about you. Don't put everything on Facebook. Don't put everything on TikTok. Don't go there crying on there. Don't buy too much money on jewelry. Hide your stuff away. Don't pawn your stuff. Don't just smoke drugs. Just a little bit is allowed. No blasting. No. Try to smoke. Don't allow blasting. Say no. I don't want it in my house. I don't want that. For the first time, you're stopping that stuff. Try to stop also violence at your house. Be positive. Don't try to be too horrible to women. And don't be horrible to your enemy. One day you got to pack up and retreat. So this is a business module, like you want a strategic weapon, like some sort of drone pilot or submarine control. So this will give you search capability. Google Earth, you can look at the world, other things than trying to go on TikTok. But if you do go on TikTok, be careful. But if you are talking live, you don't have to. There's other things you can do. Go on YouTube. You can do some nice things like a bedroom story. Like you can build a small little set for yourself, blankets. But don't give away your secret. Be careful that somebody might start a fire in your house. If people don't like you, then they're just going to beat you up anyway. So if they do, have some sort of emergency where you just run away from your house. Leave your parents. Then you're separated. You got a phone to call the police. Then phone the police and say, hey, there's people coming to kill me at my house. Then you have to call the police. Then if your parents don't want to move out, they definitely leave it all behind. Go out of town. Go to a smaller town in Auckland, Wellington, or a nicer part of Auckland City, or wherever you live, even if it's Chirac or Zimbabwe or London. Try to put people's names so they know that you know about them. Because I guess you got Kaz Khalif, all these artists. So this is for getting into good business. You got to put TLC, tender love and care. It's about how you advertise by card. By card, you can advertise to thousands of people. They can't just stop you from doing your job. Then they're a dangerous enemy on the inside. You can't have a dangerous enemy on the inside and be surrounded. Then obviously this person, one day they're going to come to your house with a mob of peasants with fire things. So you've got to do something on Instagram. It's all right to copy someone, but you've also got to do something nice. You can do different ones. One for food, one for fantasy world, one for all sorts of things. With a photo editor, you can do ancient world or do whatever ideas you want. And don't let people tell you you're weird. Then hide it away. Don't advertise with your card to bad people. But if they do come to your house, don't be sad to them. Show them a bit of love. Let them in your house. Share with them a bit of soccer, adventure. No, not just smoking drugs or something. Try to spend some money on something nice, groceries, clean yourself up. Not expensive clothes, but you got to let work and income know you're not ripping the system. Enough evidence so they don't cut your benefit. But also make your house like a village where you've always got people. Instead of trying to be alone, try to invite people to your house. So your parents, so you're not like myself, isolated. You don't want to be isolated from the world. Then you're in a vulnerable spot, a weak spot. Protect all the weak spots if you're fighting. But if you're fighting and you've got people hurting you, then of course call the police, because then they'll kill you. Tell them I'm going to call the cops. And then say, I don't want to be part of the gang. Then say, what do you want to be? Say, I want to be the treasurer. I want to be the leader. Then clean yourself up. And then, of course, if you're selling drugs, You might as well as open the garage door, a little bit of tinnies, but hide them away. Obviously, the cops are going to come, so be clever. They can't come with searching dogs, but if they do come with SWAT team, don't keep anything on your property. Go hide it in the park. All the pipes and stuff, bags, throw them in the drain. They can use that as evidence to mess up your life. But if you've got an apex predator, they're a danger. But with this will give you publicity life. They can't kill you if you're on the internet. If you're known out there and you got those things, even if they do, they'll be psychologically traumatized. Let me just see how much time I have. All right, so that's 35 minutes. My thing's still going, but I just want to check one more time and just give you a close look of a control center, so you know all of these things are innocent and harmless. They have to stay like that. Don't allow these things to fall in the hands of some hacker. You can't hack with these things. The only way to hack with these things is with some control room, somebody that's watching you, and somebody that's got you part of some criminal system that's coming in Hollywood and stuff like DJ Slaydem's nonsense. But obviously, you'll be paid. It's a different currency. This currency is like credit. It's like credit that you get when you're out of the place. So you get personal favors. The more people you help, the more you can get an army of bums to help you. So you always keep coins. Save your coins. Don't spend too much money. Save your money, but not too much, where people are going to come after you. And be careful who you tell you got money. Don't blame somebody in a world now with microphones and stuff. You got be careful of every video you never tell people where you live. Never tell the internet where you live. Never meet people at your house. People from Badu going on dates. Never. Meet them at the park. Meet them at the pub. Don't ever show people where you live again if you come out of here. So I'm just going to see how much time I have so you can see a control center and just how easy it is somewhere private where it's communal, where people can borrow because they're allowed, but not where all your information is. It's got to be trustable. So yeah, this is just a basic control center. So you can pretend it's like the controls of a ship or something, right? So you can pretend it's like the controls of a ship or something. So you want a bit of evidence for you because we've got a retarded loony bin that's going to the prime minister now. He's now hell bent to get women raped. You've got some shit stuff now. People are confused why they're hooked. So you want your friends out of trouble, but obviously you want something for them to watch. So they can learn something. So he's got somewhere hidden, right? So a good thing is keep the light on. Then it's going to keep generating safe Wi-Fi because this is going to buffer on the internet as well. All that negative stuff. So what you do if you got these things reset and it's brand new, and don't worry about a phone. A phone is standard. Just get rid of the phone, then all those numbers are gone because it's a fresh start. But you've always got to try to keep an emergency phone. Definitely the person is hacking everything, is listening to every word. You got to be careful. He'll know everything about your biker gang. They'll set you up. You don't want your enemies to have too much power, and you don't want to give too much freedom. So you want to try to put a pin word, a password, so they can't go in, not facial recognition. Then they'll just put that thing, they'll kill you and put it in. Some people will kill you for an expensive phone. But a cheap phone is, there's my phone. Take it and run away, you know what I mean? And you've got also a tablet which is old, but you try to, don't be too expensive. So you want evidence for work and income so they know you studying, you learning. So you try to do something word will get around. Then definitely people will stand by you unless they are apex predator. That's a whole different module. So this is a business module with advertising, search capability, trying to keep like a diary, but also memories. One for poetry for old people and stuff. This will be good for your people and family and people that care about you. And poetry, if you manage to do nice poetry from your mind, not copying people, then you're not going to be fantasizing like how people are doing it. For once, you can write such nice poetry in here. You could make millions of dollars. And there's a lot of things you can do with this. More than a journal, you can also write maps and try to leave a Ansel and Gretel trail just in case you disappear, if you're a prostitute and if weirdos are coming. I'm just going to see how much time I have. You need to pace yourself under an hour. So it's also a distraction. Start playing this thing when they're at your house. and then they'll just say, hey, what's this you playing? You know what I mean? Then you'll be part of DJ Slaydem's gang. Definitely you have gang power in your place, because DJ Slaydem's real gangster, bro. I faced a lot of things. But let me just see how much time I have. It's also trusting your senses and your brain with peace and quiet. Nothing's going to come inside. They can't come inside if you don't know about it. You got to cut off all the bad people on Facebook. Don't give them too much. Don't put on Facebook everything. Go inside there, search, get them out, open a new one. Even if it's just a few people, not a massive Facebook with thousands of people. Then obviously enemy, and they mustn't know about your opportunities. Hide your opportunities to those who are loyal, those who are good friends, and even if they're your enemies, use them for protection. But this business module is about a control center for advertising, strategic advantages. It's not only for dangerous people. We want to do something for nice people. Focus on the good people. Forget about the bad people for once. All right. Okay. So now that's the end of the thing. So why I'm doing this is because it's like a fulfillment, a dream of people that 25 years ago we ended up getting caught in this house and we were ambushed. We put on the television and we were given a cyber attack. Rosalda Blanca and El Chapo started building houses, and suddenly me and the whole neighborhood were trapped. So we were trapped in a paradox where we couldn't get out, where I knew, okay, look, it's not my house, you're not going to pay me. But a lot of our stuff is spoken about in Hollywood. Hollywood, so I know I'm talking about professional stuff. So with the last 10 minutes, this is a control center like the Matrix. Then for the first time, you're in the Matrix. But do something positive. But it also gives you a search capability. You can search for your friends, search, learn about your enemy, learn about the world. You can look at maps, Google World, adventures, movies, get computer games, and try to look after your stuff. But I guess with the world where things are going to be washed away, then this is also emergency stuff. So you want to be under an hour. So with the next 10 minutes, I'm just going to see how much time I have. But it's just something for everybody to prove they're innocent, to prove that you've got family and friends, and to prove that I'm trying to be professional. Because I'd rather do anything day one to prove that they're innocent, and I would rather do this than lose all my friends and everybody I care about and have a dangerous enemy like my dad inside. I'll do anything to do something other than be a troublemaker. I don't want trouble with anybody, and definitely not the government and the police. But let me just see how much time I have. Okay, so I got about 15 minutes, right? So I'll spend a bit more. I'm just talking about our story. Something about how all my friends have dreams, children. I listen to what they say, how they want to be rugby players, how they want to help children, how they want to change the world. They always want to do something positive. And for once, we're doing something what we want, and we're doing something. I'm the leader, I'm the boss here. So I'm just going on over 50 minutes for the cops and stuff. So you can, don't be harsh on drug addicts. Too many people have died for this thing. Too many people have been hurt for this thing. I know how it is when people have died. My girlfriend also got caught up with these people. I would never want to hurt anybody. We were caught in a house, and I'm not blaming my parents. I'm just saying I wish I ran away. I wish I ran away with my girlfriend. I wish I had just bought these things and never smoked drugs. And I'll do anything than try to promote a violent society, or even a cyber attack is dangerous. So you want these videos and just play it straight away as soon as you get in Mo mode or cyber attack. But this is the end of the thing. Don't be too greedy, but it's also at the end when you'll be ambushed. Definitely now is the bitter end where you can see it's a dodgy world. Definitely they're dodgy, but don't be negative. Try to stay positive, but always check it's not more than an hour. Don't just go on and on and on and on. And also do it for yourself, so you can watch when you're older, Christmas, or just in case you're in emergency. So I'll just see how much time I have. Okay, so I've just seen it's recording. So I guess if you're hooked on drugs and you want to stop, it's not about being hard on you. It's not about the only way you're going to stop drugs is if you have some of these things. So definitely it will stop, because then you can search for a place to live. You can search for your family and friends. You can do a lot of things with this. You don't have to worry about the past. You got to let the past go. So it's a business module. It's also a bit of tactics and how economics work. You can study all these things on YouTube. And then you can just have this thing, because what are they going to do? Are they going to kill you for your junk? Are they going to kill you for your benefit? Probably, man, the world is so bad. There's such a lot of dangerous things. You've got to be careful. So this will also be like Hansel and Gretel. Maybe people will be able to solve all these crimes, but you can do anything on YouTube, even something negative. But you don't have to. You can do something positive, and then for once you're out of the stigma. But now this is under 15 minutes. You can talk about how nice your country is, something positive. Then you don't have to get set up like us. But definitely they've ambushed everybody. I just want to see how much time I have because it's a fulfillment, a dream of people that are dead, people that are locked up in prison. How people don't even want to smoke. They rather just smoke a vape, and that's going to make a difference. Then try to smoke cigarettes. Definitely you'll die of cancer, but it's a business module. Okay, so I've got 45 minutes. What I'm doing is just doing something just in case I get framed again, or just in case it gets out of control. Definitely at my house, it's out of control. My parents are out of control. Something happened, they were out of control. I got nothing to do with TikTok. TikTok is our enemy business. YouTube, Google, and stuff is all ours. But what I try to say is definitely TikTok, horrible stuff happens. We've got to stop going after women. And it's not about not caring, but this is the end of the business module where you love yourself, love your people, you got to heal. So it's a business module and not therapy. So we want to stick with something. So you stick with the plan. Double check, triple check, and always try to have evidence. All right, so I checked it is recording. So unless this person is hell bent, but you can't do something that doesn't exist. They've done it themselves. It has to be on YouTube. So I'll probably try to sit here and watch. But my dad is out of control. So's the neighborhood. New Zealand also gets out of control. It mustn't get out of control. You're allowed to threaten people, but obviously at my house it gets out of control. If it gets out of control, it's not good. You want to be in control of the situation. But this is a business module coming back into place. Try to regroup, restart, cleaning up your house, starting again, and getting ready for next week. So you got to clean up your house. Make sure your bedroom's clean. I know it's a lot of hard work. You got to dig deep also for this business module. And it's like a relationship. Be careful at the end. You can be ambushed and cyber attacked, but you got to look at DJ slaydem. So you want to be consistent. So you've really got to get the physical energy. You got to learn to stand up. Then you will get paid your views. Because YouTube won't pay you views if they know you're a drug addict, people are after you. But this is just a control center where you can have a nightclub, social club. You don't have to go out. You can do amazing things at home, then try to wander the streets. Or probably if you want to help all those American kids, then this is the first thing they need to learn. Connecting a speaker, having barbecues, staying at home, being friendly to your friends, having those gang numbers, changing the community, doing something positive, advertising in the mail, selling cakes, something significant, gifts, not too expensive, tea, and trying to apologize, learn people, get numbers, neighborhood watch, and every opportunity the world offers. Education is in here. If it's in the mind, it's a possibility. If it don't come out, then it can be created somehow. Simply anything can be created. But this is a business module. I just want to see the time. Okay. So this is just something like a fulfillment, a promise, like because the person is hell bent. I don't even know why what they think. I just want to go around hurting people. Then the police will come after you. Maybe the police will try to go after them. Then for once they'll stop drugs. Then for once they'll behave themselves. Because anybody that has the police after you doesn't want to be in a house where cops are watching you, because then you got to come to a point where they're going to break in your house. Then at the end they'll definitely murder you. So this is just something to search the internet, so you can also have a way to get a way out. But this is a business module, is a dream of a lot of people in their mind. It's a fulfillment. It's supposed to be therapy. So I want to follow law because we want to follow the law. Is the only way to live. So it's strategic. You can learn about laws. You can have all lawyers and things, dispute lawyers and things that are on here. Just want to see how much time I have. Okay, so I'm reaching the 50-minute mark. So I want to keep it under hour. Under hour, you got to be careful with what phones you buy. If you're losing the memory and things, then definitely there's people hacking your phone. Then definitely they're up to something. So you've got to be careful while you're sleeping. Don't let it get out of control. because my house, when it gets out of control, the liquor store, the neighborhood, man, they got a lot of things. They could be hurting girls, hurting people. Then there's no point going to a funeral. Don't go to funerals. Don't even post something. Stay away from funerals. Because I wouldn't want somebody at my funeral. They'll say, "What are you doing here?" But I guess this is a module for coming back in business, and also a bit of culture, making rules, patrolling, learning English, trying to come back in business by advertising with cards, and also with the internet. You're going to have a lot of search capabilities. Know what you're doing. Add a lot of things, but not too many criminals. You can look for music and anything. So I don't want to go too far, but it's just a dream. It's supposed to be therapy. It's not supposed to be some personal war. But I'm just going to cut it off here. All right, so that's just the 49-minute mark, because I did tell my friends from the beginning, look, this thing's dodgy. It's coming on the television. It's doing cyber attacks. So you can watch movies, but just be careful of Momo and all these dangerous people. But if they do, then play one of your recordings. But they shouldn't be able to get in. So you've got to get out of those places. But if you don't get out of there, then enjoy yourself. Try to make it like a good thing. Forget about how they're hurting you. Make it like a challenge. And this is the end, like a relationship. So the end is also dangerous. That's when you'll be ambushed. So it's a lesson also to your enemies. Just play this and run away. Then at the end, they'll say, "Hey, no, it's this gangster. It's a real one." You know what I mean? Then they'll be afraid because they'll think, "Hey, you've got gang numbers." But this is the end of a business module. Getting back into business, advertising with cards, not a health thing. It's about standing up and trying to use your power from inside here. So you've got to try to make nice comedies, nice music. But this is the end of the business module. You don't want to go more than an hour. Don't be too greedy because nobody got Wi-Fi for that. And even downloading this is for a professional business, but it's just something that has to come out. Some sort of evidence that we're all innocent, some sort of evidence we're trapped in a paradox, or some way to get the word out. But that's the end of my business module with tactics and lawful and trying to be professional for all the people that are after us, that just think we're criminals. But it's a business module also for yourself to get out of this job and back in business. Well, that's the 51-minute mark. You've got to learn to cut it off. And you've also got to learn just to admit you're on drugs. But don't try to blame everybody. You're blaming yourself too much. But that's the end of the business module. And you've also got to try to watch what you're doing because you need it for yourself. Don't go too far. Save enough space for the upload, download. Then definitely these things will be successful. The more effort you put in, and then more will come out. But it's a business module for everybody. Yeah, so thanks everyone. Liam O'Reilly, DJ Slaydem. This is just a dream in the mind of our community. And finally, something we want to do is coming out. This is one of our dreams, a professional business module for everybody.